Course 3, Lesson 44, we are looking at proportions using cross products and finding the slope of the line. So just kind of reviewing cross products and then looking at our slopes. So first we want to complete the proportion. So there's a couple ways that we've learned to do this. One, we can look and say, I want to simplify the fraction to 2/3, and I want to have an equivalent fraction on the other side, meaning 2 times 3 is 6, so 3 times 3 is 9. Now, we could have done it another way and said, well, let's use cross multiplication. And in this case, I'll cross and get 36 equals 4n. I divide by 4 on each side to get n equals 9. So multiple ways can get us the same answer. And so similarly, with the one on the right, I'm going to simplify. Looks a little bit easier to me, to 3 over 5, so dividing by 5 on each. And 5 times 2 is 10, so 3 times 2, keeping that same ratio, times 2, so m would have to equal 6, because 6/10 is the same fraction as 15 over 25. So remember, you have lots of different options for finding the for simplifying a proportion. Slope, when we're talking about slope, remember, slope is like the hill, going up a hill, so increasing on the hill. If it's really steep, it's going to be hard to get up. If it's really like a shallow hill, then it's going to be pretty easy. And same with going down. If you go down a really steep hill, it's going to be kind of hard to keep your balance. You might roll down the hill, whereas a shallow hill, you can easily walk down. So slope is the rate of change from one point to the next. And when we do this, we oftentimes look at a slope triangle, saying how much do I rise over how much do I run? And that is the ratio that we are looking at, rise over run. And in this case, up to, that's the change in our y, so our rise. So we're going to say up 2, that's a positive amount, and right 3 is a positive amount, that's our run. So our slope is going to be 2 over 3. Okay. We have a couple different types of slope that we're going to talk about in this one. And first is positive. If the line is increasing when we look from left to right, we say that the slope is positive. If it's decreasing left to right, just like we read a book, we say that the slope is negative. Slope overall, remember this ratio of rise over run, this is the vertical change, so change in y over the change in x. So change in y over change in x. I use that little triangle because that actually is a Greek symbol, delta, okay, Greek letter that shows change. So vertical change, our change in y, our rise, over our horizontal change in x, our run. So let's do a few of these. And I am going to use a slope triangle to help us out. So we're going from this point here to this point. And we are going to count out how many times we move that dot. And from here we go 1, 2, 3, 4, meaning we go down 4. Well, down 4 would mean we're going a negative 4. And then we go right, 1, 2, 3. Well, right, that's a positive amount, so that's 3. So we rise, negative 4, and we run 3. Now you might be asking, well, can't I draw a different slope triangle? Yes, you could have drawn one over here. It would have given you the same thing. You would have gone right 3 and down 4. So rise of negative 4 and a run of 3. Let's try another. This one looks like it's increasing, so hopefully our slope at the end will have a positive slope. And our slope triangle I'm going to draw right here to say we go up 2 and we run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we rise 2 and we run 6. But I'm not going to leave it like that because we want to simplify our fractions to 1/3. So our slope is 1/3. Another one looks like it's increasing. Hopefully our slope is positive at the end. Here's my slope triangle. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. So I rise positive 3, I run 3, and I'm going to simplify and say that my slope is 1. Okay, slope is 1. We're just practicing all of these. I'll do a couple of these a little bit quicker. Here's my slope triangle. I'm going to go over 1, 2, 3, 4, and down 1. So my slope is -1/4, rise over run. So that -1 goes over 4 to have a -1/4 slope. Big one here, big slope triangle. And we're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so rise is 7, run is 10. My slope is 7/10. All right, find the rate of change. What this means is we're going to find the slope and then make sure that we have units to describe this rate of change. So here's my slope triangle, and we're going to go up 1, 2, 3, over 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3 over 4, I'm increasing, so good. It comes out positive, so 3 over 4. Now the 3 relates to feet, so 3 feet per 4 hours, or we could say 3/4 feet per hour. 3/4 of a foot per hour. And another one, here's my slope triangle, up 1, 2, over 1, 2, 3. So 2 over 3, and I'm going to relate, remember, my y over my x, so money over days. So 2/3 of a dollar, we could say 2/3 of a dollar per day. Okay? All right. Just a couple, I think just one more example here. Derek drives the highway at a steady rate, noting the time and distance he has traveled. This graph describes the distance Derek travels when driving at a constant rate of 50 miles per hour. Find the average rate of change in miles per hour. Derek drives over these 3 intervals, 0 to 1, 1 to 3, and 3 to 4. So let's find our slope triangles for each of those. So 0 to 1. So I am going to go, it looks like it's just going up 1, but really that's a 50 interval. So I rise 50 over 1 hour. So that would be 50 miles per hour. And then it asks us from 1 to 3. So it looks like I'm rising, let's see, 50, 100 over, let's see, from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, that's 2. So I have 100 over 2, also 50 miles per hour. And lastly, from 3 to 4, up 1 over 1, so 50 over 1. So I get rise of 50 over 1, so 50 miles per hour, which is good because we are told his constant rate, and so it is good that this comes out as his constant rate. Here are a couple more of the proportion problems if you want to try them out using cross multiplication or one of our other methods to go about these. Well, I hope this is helpful for your homework and for studying.